I thought it might be somewhat crowded, but we seem to have filled the place. On behalf of the Alberta Home Education Association, welcome to the Legislature of Alberta.
Still free for a while there.
Thank you very much for coming, all of you. 2 weeks ago, we asked home educators who were concerned about the new Education Act to come here for a rally to let the government know about their concerns. And there are some information sheets circulating among you. My name, by the way, is Paul Bosch, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors of the Alberta Home Education Association, and some others of the association are here as well. We were hoping for about 200 people that day, 2 weeks ago today. We got more than double that. Today, we have crowd counters who've been counting the people coming in, and we have over 1,200 people here today. 2 weeks ago, we were a crowd of home educators. Today, all Albertans are aware that their human rights are being threatened.
That's right!
We have teachers here. We have parents and grandparents here. We have many children here. We have Citizens for Diversity in Education here. We have school board trustees, religious leaders, elected representatives, and those who hope to become elected representatives in the upcoming election. We are gathered here to stand up for parental rights and for our freedom. We are gathered here to stand up for human rights, because our human rights are actually being threatened by the Alberta Human Rights Act. We're gathered here, and I want to call your attention to the sign being held by my son on the far right there. We're gathered here over 6 words. 6 words, that's it. The 6 words at the end of Section 16 of the new Education Act, the proposed Education Act, are these 6 words, and the Alberta Human Rights Act. Those 6 words, simply, we don't want them looking over our shoulder, looking over our schools, looking over our homes, looking over every conversation we have with our children. Those words don't belong in our homes and schools. They simply don't belong in the Education Act. 6 words. A reminder that this rally is a peaceful protest. Our rights are threatened, and we protest that. The government doesn't seem to be listening, and we protest that too. Yes. But please remember, this is a peaceful, prayerful, respectful rally. If you find yourself standing next to someone who disagrees with you, please treat them with respect. And if you're speaking with your MLA today or another day, if you're speaking with a member of their staff, treat them with respect too. They are our elected representatives, and they have a difficult job to do. This is a rally in support of a cause and not for or against any political party. We want freedom for all. Which means we want freedom even for those we disagree with. We want every parent to be able to teach their children according to the parent's belief system, whatever that belief system is. That's not difficult to understand, is it?
I want to thank everyone for coming. This really is about parental freedom and parental rights and our rights to be able to parent our children, to parent in the way that we've been called to parent without restrictions from Alberta human rights legislation, tribunal rulings. Citizens for Diversity in Education has been doing a whole lot of work trying to get the message out that this is not just about home education. You can go down, sweetie. These 6 words in the Alberta Human Rights Act, included in Section 16, will affect our culture. They will affect who the next generation is. And these people standing here are representing organizations that stand alongside AHEA, not because we are special, but only because we've organized this rally in conjunction with them. And so these people are representing many, many others who also stand for what we believe in. Woo! Oh, Canada, our home and native.
At the time, Laura Ingalls and Amansel Wilder of Little House on the Prairie fame were developing the American frontier. Some of our great-grandparents were doing likewise on the Canadian prairies in the late 1800s. Others of us had our roots in oppressive countries such as Russia, Poland, and the subsequent Soviet Union, where this philosophy of Karl Marx was played out. The education of all children from the moment they can get along without a mother's care shall be in the state institutions at state expense. Karl Marx. I don't know about you, but that's about enough talk about oppressive governments that promote a serious lack of liberty, whereby all children were to be brought up like widgets in a factory. Let's go back to early Canada for a breath of fresh air. The time of Laura Ingalls was one of one-room schoolhouses and home education on the farm and in growing communities. Here, our forefathers made Canada and the USA into the envy of the world in terms of economic output and personal freedoms. The literacy rates were high, as the emphasis of education was not on social engineering, but on the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. Back then, the government did not interfere in education by placing a litmus test such as the Alberta Human Rights Act. Nor should we today have this sort of limitation to education that really has nothing to do with academics.
That's right.
History shows that governments change laws for 2 main reasons: to either take more money or to enforce more control. Please consider this carefully concerning education. The government, thanks to high taxation, provides ample funding to education, so likely more control is what they are after. An overarching area of concern is the proper balance of the 4 key realms of government that undergird Western civilization: self-government, family government, civil government, and church government. In many ways, the above realms are out of balance. Let's not allow yet another maladjustment to these areas. Yes, we as families are to respect our church elders and government officials, but I'm here to tell the churches and government leaders that the way to a stronger culture, both in the church and civil realms, is by allowing for strong and free individuals and families. Now, the government officials tell us not to worry. They say it is very unlikely that Section 16 of the proposed Education Act would in any way infringe on parental rights and educational choice. The MLAs seem bound on dismissing the importance of highlighting the sphere of family government. Notwithstanding our respect and prayers for our MLAs, we are not looking for nor will be satisfied with mere verbal promises. Rather, since we live in a culture based on the rule of law, we seek wording in Bill 2 and in the subsequent home education regulation that favors family freedom.
Right.
We want to see something in writing.
Yeah! Empty words!
Thank you, Alberta parents, for your desire to work to ensure personal liberty in the training of your children and grandchildren. On this note, here is a quote from 1964 U.S. presidential candidate Barry Goldwater. "Extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice, and moderation in the pursuit of justice is no virtue." So in the defense of liberty, we should all aim to do the following: promote parental choice, both in the method of education and curriculum; put away pride, yet fight for freedom with humility and confidence; pray for our political leaders, both when you agree and disagree with them; persist in political action for the cause of limited civil government; partner with other families and organizations for the cause of liberty; Continue parenting to achieve the fruit of well-trained children who are strong in character and cultural impact. And persevere in all of the above for your children and for future generations.
Whoa! Yeah! Yes!
Now I'll quote from the Old Testament, Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Now I realize not all people look to the Bible as their source of knowledge. Then again, not all people look to the government for their source of knowledge either.
Yeah! Woo! I like it, Dad! One more!
In a free society, we should be able to choose our key source of knowledge. This is what we ask of the politicians we've elected in terms of changes to the Education Act. Yes, Romans 13 says we're to pray for those in authority. Realize, though, that in our system of government, we have the humble yet powerful privilege and authority to vote for those who become our civil servants. Thank you for coming out.